Hi, everybody. This is David Nevins for Citybiz List, and welcome to our program today. And our special guest today is Erin Moran. Erin, welcome. Thank you for joining.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, David. Thanks for the opportunity.
Oh, our pleasure for sure. So, Erin, you are the relatively new. You'll talk about how long you've been there. Executive Director of the Nancy Grasmick Leadership Institute at Towson University. Now, I should tell you that Nancy Grasmick is one of my most favorite people.
And one of mine as well.
No doubt she is one of yours as well, at least now, right? And
absolutely.
So just kudos to her accomplishments first, and her benevolence and support of Towson University, and her interest in leadership and setting up this institute. So I guess I need to say that first. But secondly, I'll let you go on and tell us about the institute, its goals and objectives, and what you hope to accomplish and what you are accomplishing already.
Sure. So as you mentioned, I am relatively new. We launched the Leadership Institute in September, and that's when I officially started. However, Dr. Grasmick very strategically, and I believe very wisely, invested in 2 full years of research in order to lay the foundation for the Leadership Institute. And throughout that process, 20,000 leaders were interviewed about what their leadership development needs were. And there was an analysis done on leadership development programs throughout the country. And what we learned was that a lot of the leadership development programs take a one-size-fits-all approach. And so we wanted to take a one-size-fits-one approach, recognizing that every leader is on a different path or on a different step throughout their leadership journey, and recognizing that leadership development is a continuous, lifelong journey. So our offerings support leaders of all levels of an organization and all different industries.
Add a little bit more, specificity. Who are you for? Who do you serve? Are we talking about Towson University students, members and leaders of the community, et cetera, et cetera?
That's a really great question, David. Thank you for asking that, because no, we are not for students. We are very, very proud to be part of Towson University. But when people hear that, they immediately think of students. And no, we are for leaders, whether that is corporations, whether that is nonprofit, or whether that is government leaders. And the programs can be as short as a 1-hour webinar where we are interviewing a leader in order to gain insights, perspective, tips and tricks about leadership, to 1-day seminars, 2-day workshops. And we also offer what we call our signature programs, which are cohort-based, interactive, hyper-individualized. And we also offer coaching for leaders.
So, Erin, where are you located? Where do you do this? I know, obviously, some of it is done virtually in this day and age, so you could be anywhere. But right. I believe you do have a very attractive physical space as well.
We do. We're actually in downtown Towson, right by where the new Whole Foods just recently opened up.
Right. And a few times already.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And where we deliver our public workshops is throughout the Towson University campus. Some of them are done at the newly opened Armory, which is also fantastic. If you haven't been there recently, it's really extraordinary what they've done. And since we do partner with individual organizations to design and deliver leadership development programs to them, we also come on site for our clients and deliver trainings there. An example is recently we delivered a session for the National Aquarium.
So, Erin, you serve, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but you serve corporations, businesses, large and small, perhaps other educational organizations, healthcare, any organization that would benefit from having their leaders better trained and able to become more effective. Is that an accurate description?
That is very accurate. So every leader really has an opportunity to continue to improve. And that's our leadership responsibility, is to continue to improve. Because when we as leaders improve, our teams improve, our businesses improve, our clients and our customers get to improve, and ultimately our communities improve.
I happen to consider myself, well, I'm not sure if anybody else does, but kind of a student of leadership and management. So I applaud what you're doing. And I think that leadership training is something that is often missing from one's preparation for their job. I don't know, we can go back to my school days, learning about the Peter Principle, and we can discuss that another day. But so how is the Institute doing and growing and attracting, I guess you'd call them clients of the Institute?
Since we just opened our doors 6 months ago, and obviously with everything going on with COVID, we were a little delayed in terms of our in-person programming. However, we spent that time building out a really robust portfolio of offerings. So for the next 6 months, we are offering in-person sessions, 1-day seminars, 2-day workshops. And so people can go and sign up online. And if someone doesn't have the financial means, thankfully, as the result of some generous sponsors, we're able to provide scholarships. So regardless of financial means, people are welcome to apply for a scholarship. And so the progress has actually been really fantastic recently, since we've been able to kind of be in person, and even more recently, maskless. So people know about the Leadership Institute. Word is starting to spread even more rapidly, and our workshops are filling up.
Can you, I'm not asking you to name names, but give me some examples of folks and the kinds of positions they may currently have that are taking advantage of your services. And then just sort of give me a ballpark of, what it costs and how someone would engage with you.
Sure. So I'll share an example of one of our signature programs, kind of the immersive cohort-based program that I was describing. We have one called Next Level Leaders, and it is targeted for that mid-level manager who kind of gets the crush or the crunch, if you will, from the bottom up their teams as well as the top down. And it was generously funded by Whiting Turner. And so that program is actually free of charge to the participants. The CEOs, or most senior leaders of the organizations, nominated high potential leaders to participate in the program. So they needed to be nominated to be able to participate. But we have a cross section of all different types of industries, from healthcare to construction to retail, to consulting and professional services. And that allows us to have a really rich and robust conversation because of the diversity of perspective and industries in the room. And that one, as I mentioned, is free of charge. An upcoming workshop that we have next week is called Trustworthy Leadership and Professional Ethics. And we are incredibly proud of our work to design that type of program, because obviously integrity is part of the ethos of Dr. Grasmick, and it's also something that is desperately needed in terms of having moral courage in leadership positions. And that program is $350 for a 2-day workshop.
Yeah, it sounds great. And particularly that particular program, I think, no offense to anybody, but leadership training should most definitely include, character training. Yes. and how to be responsive to one's community and ethics and the like. So that's great. That's great to hear. Erin, I maybe should have asked you this in the beginning, but you had a very successful career before you became the executive director of the Nancy Grasmick Leadership Institute. No doubt they would not have hired you otherwise. So take a minute or so and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I'm a proud Baltimore native, but I haven't lived here since I graduated from high school. So I'm thrilled to finally be home after all of these years. I spent 10 years working for an organization called Great Place to Work, which is a global research and consulting firm based in San Francisco. And they partner with Fortune magazine to produce and publish the 100 best companies to work for list. And they also advise companies to how to improve their workplace culture. After that, I joined Union Square Hospitality Group, which is based in Manhattan and is probably best known for being the parent company of Shake Shack. They have a wide portfolio of businesses that they run, from bakeries on a corner to Michelin-starred fine dining restaurants. And I was their chief culture officer, responsible for enhancing and elevating the employee experience, and human resources reported into me. And throughout my career, it's always been about leadership development, because great companies don't exist without great leaders. Great cultures don't exist without great leaders. And so when I heard that Dr. Grasmick was starting this Leadership Institute, and knowing what a visionary and an extraordinary leader and human she is, I thought, wow, this sounds like a perfect fit with my experiences, my background, and my passion for helping to create a better world by investing in competent and ethically driven leaders.
Well, good for you, I would say. And
Thank you, David.
Congratulations in that regard. And it's just wonderful that you're here, and terrific that Nancy played such an important role in setting this up, not to mention at my alma mater, of which I'm incredibly proud, and Nancy knows that as well. So Erin, listen, in closing, just give us, I'll call it your elevator speech, if you will. What do you want our viewers to take away, most importantly, from this conversation? And then I'm going to ask you how people can learn more and how they can contact you.
Sure. So I'd love for people to, if you are interested in continuing to grow professionally as a leader and expand your impact and influence, please reach out, because we probably have a program that meets your needs. And if you are an organization that is interested in investing in leadership development programs, also reach out to explore a potential partnership to support your needs.
Well, that's great. And I know, with sponsors, as you mentioned, like Whiting Turner, it doesn't get any better than that. And with a namesake on your institute like Nancy Grasmick, it doesn't get any better than that. And,
right.
With your association with Towson University, and my dear friend who's the president of that institution, and your new location in the Armory and so forth, not to mention the Whole Foods around the corner and the Starbucks right there. Right. But we're not really talking about them. But in any event, Erin, before I let you go, so I have no doubt that our many thousands of viewers, at least many of them, would like to reach out to you and learn more about the Institute and potentially enroll. So how do they do that?
So we have our website up, and it has all of our upcoming programs available. And all you have to do is search Dr. Grasmick Leadership Institute, or just Grasmick and Towson University, and it'll pop up. And please check out what we have going on.
That's great. And Erin, thank you so much for your time. And we wish you much success, which I have no doubt you will have, as the executive director of the Nancy Grasmick Leadership Institute at Towson University. It's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Thank you so much, David.
This is David Nevins for Citybiz List. Thank you so much for watching.